Hello and welcome to my vlog. Before I start my vlog, because I'm indoors, I have to brush the barnet. I've done a couple of rehearsals of this. I've already brushed the barnet reasonably well, but in recognition of a request by Bex, I've brushed the barnet bird. Okay, today's vlog is going to be on about, did man land on the moon in 1969? Or was it a great cover-up by NASA in relation to the space race, where in 1959 the first Russian man landed in space? Were America dissatisfied at that fact? Or was America, dissatisfied at that fact? And did men actually go to the moon at that time? There are several things that have come up on the internet which stipulate that this may not be the case. The first one is the fact that the moon doesn't have any wind. The moon doesn't have any wind. And when the Americans planted their flag on the moon's surface, it moved. It was moving, it was waving about. NASA states that was just astronauts trying to adjust the flag to make it stay in one direction so that the flag could be shown when pictures were taken. The second thing then, running on from that, is that the cameras that were given to the astronauts were very big and they were strapped to their stomachs. They had no possible way of viewing those cameras or taking photographs with them by using a viewfinder like we do nowadays, apart from when you've got a GoPro 4 which doesn't have it, so you have to do it quite manually. And having done that, I find it incredibly fiddly to get accurate pictures, hence I got a viewfinder. So all of the pictures that the astronauts presented were a little bit too perfect, it goes, for the astronauts to have landed on the moon. So all of the pictures that the astronauts presented were a little bit too perfect, it goes, for the astronauts to have landed on the moon. The third conspiracy theory is that if you speed up the astronauts' moonwalk, or indeed you watch the space vehicles being driven, if you fast forward them, it appears that the driving motion or the walking motion in relation to the astronaut is very, very similar to a human walking motion. The next point we go on to is that the film, the landings on the moon were not indeed landings. This moon landing was a production which was made in Pinewood Studios by Stanley Kubrick. It's thought that Stanley Kubrick did film the moon landings as a favour to the CID, and this was done in Pinewood Studios. Now, what strengthens this theory is the fact that on the moon's surface there is a photograph of one of the many with a rock which has the letter C. Now, of course, if you were landing on the moon, the last thing you would probably expect to find is a rock with the letter C. The other argument, again, which may support this theory, is that when the Apollo aircraft landed on the moon, it came down, and obviously the moon has a grainy surface, that there was no disturbance on the moon at all. So how could it be that a massive spacecraft with weighing a lot of tonnage actually didn't make any sort of effect to the surrounding moon surface? The other thing that is talked about is the fact that when the astronauts were filmed, there were no stars in the sky. So everything they looked out, so if you look out at night you see a starry sky. When the astronauts took images, there were no stars to be seen. NASA state that this was probably due to the fact that the photographs were overexposed, and therefore no stars in the sky should be seen. So there's loads of different stuff around Did Man Land on the Moon. This is just my brief monologue of my views that I've researched on the internet. I do spend time looking at videos, at television programs, at different stuff on YouTube, and different stuff out there on Google, what theorists think, what their probability is. And what I do is I try to compact them as much as possible into short blogs, and the last one was quite well received, so I decided to do another one. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, press yes or no, like, dislike, subscribe to my channel if you wish, and also if there's anything you can give me in relation to tips about where I've gleaned all this information from, whether any of the information I've said is you disagree with, please let me know. And anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. There will be pictures on it, and please tune in again. Thank you. Bye.